the newest member of Team Possible in the Kim Possible movie.
Yes.
So how long have you been acting?
I have been acting since I was around 10 years old. I actually started out as a dancer, doing competition dance growing up. I'm originally from Portland, Oregon, and so I ended up doing an acting camp in Los Angeles and got an agent from it, and then started coming out more frequently, and then just recently I've been primarily in LA. So I've been in the industry for a while.
Cool. So since you started out as a dancer, has that been helping you out with the stunts and the tricks in the Kim Possible movie?
Oh yeah, definitely. Fight choreography is really similar to dance because it is choreographed and you're working with a partner and you have to be in the right places at the right times where people can get hurt. So it was really incredible having a dance background and made things a lot easier. And we did so much stunt training prior to filming, so it was also having the stamina also really helped with the training.
So how far in advance did you guys start prepping for the physical aspect of the movie?
So Sadie and I flew out to Vancouver, Canada a month before we even started filming just to do stunt training, and it was every day kind of working up to things. We learned hand-to-hand combat, we learned these really cool action rolls and aerials, and we learned bow staff, which is Athena's specialty in the movie, so that was really fun for me. And then we had custom-made harnesses, and so we learned a lot of wire flips and flying in the air, and it was just so new and such an incredible experience to learn all of that and have those skills for the rest of my life as well.
Wow, yeah, that's super impressive. So since you guys did all this physical action for the movie, what was your audition process like? Was that just reading the script, doing some chemistry reads?
Yeah, the audition process was very memorable because I actually originally went out for Kim Possible. And so that was really cool, especially for my character Athena because she is the ultimate Kim Possible fan. For me as an actor to kind of get into Kim Possible's head really helped with the process, and it was cool because Athena is a new character, so I got to kind of create her own world and didn't have to base it off of anything in the cartoon, and so the audition process was really cool for me. And I did actually do a lot of kind of physical stuff in the small audition room because there wasn't a lot of room and they didn't actually test us on anything like that, but because I said I was a professional dancer, that kind of helped throughout the process. But
was that the first time that you met Sadie and the producers and the writers of the movie was during your audition process?
Yeah, I met Sadie in a chemistry read, and then I didn't meet Sean until I went out to Vancouver, but that chemistry read was so fun. Chemistry reads in general are fun because you kind of get to work with other actors, and the scenes feel so different when you are vibing off someone's energy, and especially because we had some really fun audition scenes with Sadie, and so I kind of got to play around with her, and yeah, it was really fun, and meeting Adam and Zach the directors throughout the whole process was really incredible because aside from the big producer reads, I got to do director sessions, so that was just me and the two directors kind of working it out and playing around with the characters, so that really helped in the bigger auditions.
So since your character's new, I'm assuming that the directors and the writer, did they speak with you about what they were looking for with the character? Did they let you kind of bring your own energy to Athena? Because you didn't have, unlike the other characters in the movie, you really didn't have a different past version of the character to look at, kind of get some reference on. So where did Athena come from?
Yeah, for sure. It was a really cool process for me because in my other scene work and my other auditions, I really dive deep and love to get really into the character. So this was really fun for me that I could create her entire world. And so I did a lot of scene work on paper in journals, kind of writing out what makes Athena and what are her favorite colors, what is her background like, how does she feel about everyone, what makes her personality what it is. And so I kind of brought that to the table in the first auditions, and I think that the directors could tell kind of how much specific work I put in. And when I got the role, they and flew out to Vancouver, we still did a lot of work and kind of improv with Sean and Sadie of figuring out our characters even before we started filming, just to get really familiar with them. And I kind of told them about my journals and my work in creating Athena, and they thought that was really cool, and they kind of helped me incorporate that and help me make her world bigger. And so I'm really appreciative that they kind of let me take the reins in making Athena who she is and bringing myself into her as well. So that was a really cool experience for me as an actor.
That's awesome. So since Athena wasn't in the original Kim Possible universe, did you still go back and watch the Kim Possible series to kind of immerse yourself in the different characters you'd be interacting with?
Of course. Because even though Athena is in the original series, she has the same vibe and the same comedy because the movie is so similar to the series. And we definitely watched a lot. On set in Vancouver, Adam, one of the directors, gave us a portal to all the Kim Possible episodes ever made.
Very nice.
So we definitely binge watched a lot of that. Just also a fun cast bonding thing to do. So definitely well versed in the Kim Possible world.
That's so cool. Do you have a favorite episode of Kim Possible?
I do. And it's actually the same one as Sadie, and we didn't plan this. We have the same favorite episode. It's when Kim and Shigo get the modulator attached to their necks.
their emotions go all crazy.
It's just so funny, and just to see Ron and Draken kind of dealing with them and not knowing what's going on. It's a really funny episode. It'd be cool if we could recreate that episode.
That's a great one. So since you guys just saw a rough cut of the movie, can you give us a little preview of what fans can expect?
Fans can definitely expect this level of comedy that's insane. When I watched it back, even though I've heard these jokes thousands of times, I was laughing so hard. Just the nuances of where the comedy comes in. It is so intense in the middle of an action scene, but when these such strong characters come in and add a joke or put in their personality, or even Sean playing Ron, his little facial movements, or Rufus, it's like you're so taken by surprise by how funny the movie is in the midst of all the action. So that's what I would say is very surprising and something to look out for.
Did you have any scenes with Rufus? Or
I did. I did.
What was that experience like? I know Sean probably had a lot of talking to his hand, green screen type thing going on.
It was really interesting because we kind of had to act with a co-star that wasn't there and interact with it, and there was a little clay mold of something that was supposed to look like Rufus that we would hold in our hands to kind of see the eye line, but once we actually shot, it couldn't be there. And so I think the special effects team did an amazing job of kind of following where our eyes went, because we didn't really know where to look, and they had to kind of build it around that. And Sean did an incredible job because he is interacting so directly to his shoulder or his hands or just the floor, and I think when seeing the movie, it really came together.
So what character from Kim Possible do you think you're the most like? Kim, or Ron, or Athena, or maybe Draken or Shigo?
That's a great question. I think I'm a mixture. I think I would say I'm like a mixture between Kim and Shigo.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which would be the most incredible mixture. I think I'm very driven, like Kim, and like to take things head on, and like to accomplish things, and very goal-oriented. And I think I like to have a little sass. I think I want to be Shigo.
I think everyone wants to be Shigo,
So Kim, who wants to be Shigo? That'd be me.
Nice. So what was your favorite Disney Channel show growing up?
My favorite Disney Channel show was Wizards of Waverly Place. Iconic. Do I say any more?
Yeah.
I think it's just amazing.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a favorite Kim Possible villain? I mean, it's easy to say Shigo.
Shigo's good, for sure. And I think not Shigo or Draken, I would say Camille Leon.
Yes, she was my favorite too.
Yeah.
She's one of the later ones, but I really loved her.
And I think just almost purely because that's such a funny pun in her name, Camille Leon.
Yeah.
And just all the pun villains in the world of Kim Possible is just my favorite thing.
Yeah. So did you get to talk to the writers and producers that worked on the original show about the universe they created, about your favorite characters that you liked? How far of a deep dive did you go in with them?
Yeah, it was really cool that we have the same writers, Bob Shuley and Mark McCorkle, from the original series writing the movie. And I remember in the first pre-table read we did in Vancouver, it was just a small room with the whole cast and the writers and producers, and that was really cool to be able to read it and kind of get their feedback and talk to them about what they were going for and how it feels for them to be writing, the live action movie. And so that was really cool. We didn't get to talk to them a whole lot about the original series, but just to have them there and know that they created this incredible world was amazing.
So what is something in the movie that fans of the old show can expect and fans that weren't as familiar with the old show will still love about the new movie?
Definitely Christy Carlson-Romano, who is the original voice of Kim Possible, has a cameo in this movie. and as well as Patton Oswalt and Nancy Cartwright, who voiced the original Rufus, is coming back to voice Rufus. And I think that that is a really, really nice callback for the original fans to see that and to see it on screen. They're like, oh my god, it just has come full circle. And I think also the fans, the new generation are going to love it just because they're really lovable characters. And even though they don't know their history and where they came from, they're going to fall in love with them just as the old fans fell in love with them too.
Yeah, especially with Patton's character.
Yeah.
Since he's pretty much like that character personified,
Oh, yeah.
and now to see it in person.
He's so funny too,
Yeah.
and pretty much most of his lines in the movie are just improv. Just
Oh,
him
nice.
like doing whatever and saying whatever, and so that was really funny.
So how much improv did you cast members get to do on the set?
Yeah, so our directors were amazing because after we did a scene a couple times, they would do this thing called a kung fu take, is their like little word for that, and it means just do the entire scene, but say whatever you want. Like, and it was really, really nice for us to kind of loosen up and get out of it and just kind of do whatever we wanted, and sometimes those were the best takes, and even when we went back to the script, it felt better knowing that we can be more lenient and just say what we want and kind of create our own world. So that was really cool that they did that. And definitely some of the improv lines made into the movie.
Oh, awesome.
I can say that.
So cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us more about, since Athena's a new character, can you tell us more about her and the kind of character that you created with her?
Yeah. So Athena is really fun-loving. She's a total goofball, and she's the ultimate fan of Kim Possible. That's kind of her identity growing up. She had always looked up to her and kind of looked at her as an inspiration in her own life. And she is having kind of a hard time adjusting to high school. She's a new girl in school and just doesn't really know how to make friends and is having a rough time. And so when Kim and Ron come along and take her under her wing, it's like the most amazing thing. Just imagine, like, literally your biggest celebrity inspiration being like, be my best friend now.
Yeah.
It was surreal for her, and she is very loyal to her friends and very dedicated to the people that she loves. And I think she adds a really nice dynamic to Team Possible, something that we've never seen before because she is a new character. And she, as much as Kim helps her, I think that she also helps Kim in learning life lessons. And they go through this journey together of finding the true meaning of friendship. And I think it's a really beautiful story.
That's so great. So how does Athena kind of, not really react, but how does she learn to be a part of Team Possible with all the action and all the traveling? Does she get equipped to that very quickly, or does she struggle with
It's
all
definitely
that?
a whirlwind. I mean, anyone jumping into Team Possible would be, they are incredible. And
I think Ron's still,
Ron's
getting
Ron's,
the hang of it too.
Ron's
so.
still adjusting. It was definitely, you know, it's a lot, and Athena's a fast learner, and Kim is a great teacher, and I think that throughout the movie we kind of see this dynamic of Kim seeing another girl doing what she's doing, and you know, in the movie we see Kim's vulnerability that we don't see in the original series, which is another difference, and to have another friend who's a girl go on missions with her definitely changes things a little bit, and I think it's a really interesting storyline and something that's relatable to a lot of kids when, you know, your friend is successful in something that you have always been doing. And to see that in Kim Possible, the iconic Kim Possible, is really cool for kids to see that you don't always have to be perfect all the time. And Athena gets well adjusted, and she is seeing this newfound success, and to have Kim and Ron by her side and be supportive is really important to friends too. So, and then in the midst of it, they're also saving the world. So
I feel like that's going to be great for fans to say that. They're going to absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So how much are you like Athena? Do you have many similarities with her?
Yeah, I think I do. I'm definitely a goofball. And on set, I was always making puns and just goofing around. And Athena actually has a couple puns in the movie, so I love that. Love the writers for that. And Athena is very loyal to Kim and Ron, and I think I'm very loyal to Saul and Sadie. They're my best friends.
Aww.
And so I think it was fun being able to become Athena and be with my best friends while also being with my best friends in the movie. So, yeah.
So since you guys all got so close, what was it like filming the movie with Sadie and Sean? How do you think you guys developed that relationship? Because did you guys have a long time to film? Probably not, right?
We had 3 months
Oh, okay.
together. The first month just with Sadie, but the next 2 months with Sean and Sadie. And we clicked just like that, and we knew we were going to be best friends. We had this whole Vancouver bucket list that we went through, and we explored the city together, and we stayed home watching movies together, and it felt like summer camp at one point, just going on this adventure with them. It didn't even feel like we were filming a movie that everyone's going to see, which is why it's also so surreal that it's coming out, because it's kind of like our project that we worked on, and now the whole world is going to see it. So
and I feel like it all happened so quickly. Like, it just got announced at the beginning of last year. You guys have filmed it, edited it. It's coming out already. I feel like this is kind of one of the fastest Disney Channel movies that they put out.
It was actually supposed to premiere like later in the year, and then summer, and then it got pushed to February, and we were all like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that's
like we were not expecting
fast.
that. Yeah. So it's definitely a whirlwind, but it makes it just that much more exciting.
That's awesome. So if this movie does successfully, can anyone cross our fingers for a sequel, or?
Yes, I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Because there's so much content.
And it's Kim possible.
Yeah.
So
that would be super cool.
We're going to